Some strangers arrive only once, but change the way you breathe forever. My name is Sophie, and the snow came earlier than anyone expected. The village had already folded into silence by dusk, smoke curling from chimneys, shutters closed tight, dogs sleeping by stoves. My grandmother's house stood at the edge of the hill, alone, with only the wind for company. I'd come here to heal or hide, I'm still not sure which. The nights were long, the fire unpredictable, and the silence so complete it made me forget my own voice. That night, the storm began suddenly. Snow hammered the windows, and the wind howled through the cracks. I was about to go to bed when I heard it, a knock. Sharp, desperate, wrong against the rhythm of the wind. When I opened the door, she stood there, her coat dusted white, cheeks flushed, eyes wide. "Bonsoir," she said, breathless. "I think I'm lost." She introduced herself as Camille, a driver for a tourist group that had stopped for dinner in the valley. The storm had swallowed the road, and she'd taken a wrong turn. "You'd better come in," I said, "before the mountain decides otherwise." She laughed softly, stepping inside. "I didn't think anyone still lived up here." "Neither did I said. We dried her clothes near the fire, the smell of snow melting into wood smoke. I poured us wine from an old bottle, and the room grew smaller, warmer. Camille had a rough kind of beauty, hands that looked like they'd fix things, eyes that noticed everything. She spoke about the road, the miles, the freedom of always leaving. I listened, feeling something inside me stir, something I'd buried under years of polite quiet. "You're lucky," I said. "You get to keep moving." She looked at me over the rim of her glass. "Movement isn't the same as escape." Outside, the wind screamed. Inside, our voices lowered, like the storm had turned the world into just us. By midnight, the fire burned low, and she fell silent. Then she looked at me, really looked, and asked, almost a whisper, "Do you ever miss being seen?" I didn't answer. I didn't have to. The fire cracked once, and the question stayed between us, glowing, dangerous, alive. The storm didn't stop. It wrapped the house in white silence, burying the road, the world, the past. The only sound was the crackle of the fire and the soft clink of glass as Camille refilled our wine. "You know," she said, "I've driven across half of France and never seen a storm like this." "Maybe it was looking for you," I answered. She laughed, a low, quiet sound. "Or maybe for you." The wind shook the shutters again. She rose and closed them gently, then stood by the window, looking out into the darkness. "It's strange," she said. "I spend my life taking people where they want to go, but I never really know where I'm heading. Do you want to know?" She turned to me, eyes bright in the firelight. "Tonight I don't." I watched her for a while, the way her shoulders moved beneath the wool of her sweater, the way she seemed both grounded and untethered at once. "Your husband," she said carefully. "Was it love?" "It was," I said. "Then it was habit. Then it was noise. And now? Now it's quiet." She nodded, understanding. The firelight painted her face in amber and shadow. "I used to think love was supposed to burn," she whispered, "but maybe it's meant to warm." I didn't know why, but my eyes stung. Maybe because she said it like someone who had lived through every kind. We sat closer without meaning to. The storm roared beyond the walls, yet the air between us held still. I felt her hand rest near mine, not touching, but close enough that I could feel her pulse in the space between. "You don't have to be brave tonight," she said softly. And that was it. No grand confession, no movement, just quiet. Two women breathing the same air, the same warmth, the same ache for something unnamed. Outside, the first trace of dawn began to push against the snow. The light seeped through the cracks, faint and blue. Camille looked toward it, then back at me. "I should go before the road's clear," she said. I nodded, though every part of me wanted to ask her to stay. At the door, she hesitated. "If I come back," she said, "what would you want me to bring?" "Just yourself," I whispered. She smiled, the kind of smile that lives in memory longer than people do. When she left, the house felt different. The storm had passed, but its echo stayed, soft, like her voice before the dawn.